Hello and happy new year, everyone. We're going to do the TAFA chart analysis for January 1st, 2022. New year, maybe new trend for Bitcoin, maybe, but we don't see too many huge signs right now. As you can see, lately, it's been just going up and down. However, I think we have kind of confirmed the absolute floor for this mini cycle. Like, when we had this thing this summer, right here, you can see that even though if it was stable, it was still slowly going down with like lower lows and lower highs. Kind of besides this little pump right here, but like lower lows and lower highs overall. And the overall trend, if you draw it, it's still down. Here, the overall trend's pretty flat. And like this bottom isn't any lower than this bottom. This bottom's actually slightly higher than this bottom. So I think we've had an extended amount of time where it wasn't actually, the lows weren't actually slanting down. And I do actually see us coming back up. Like I said, I still think like there's a chance we might flash crash to like 43, but the chances of that are getting slightly less. And also, a lot of people were saying like if we held 46, which we did yesterday, we would actually confirm a bottom. Now, I don't think it absolutely confirms it, but I think the chances are much, much higher now. Market can move in any direction it wants, so you can't really say like it absolutely confirms anything. But I think the chances are that it's just much, much higher, that we already reached a bottom at 45,900, and now we're back up to 47,400. Now, if we can move above 50,000, that will actually completely break the trend, the downward trend. And why the reason why I say 50,000 is like if you look on the daily technical analysis, by the way, is all the indicators are pretty much neutral right now. So oscillators wise, it's pretty much neutral. But if we move above 50,000, that'll put us in the positive territory for the 10 EMA, the 20 EMA, the 30 EMA, and most importantly, the 200 EMA, which is a much, much longer trend. The 50 and the 100, yes, because it'll still be negative because from September until November it was pretty positive, but it will actually put us above the 200 EMA and the 200 SMA. It'll put us above the EMAs and SMAs for the 10, 20, and 30, and that would make it a lot more positive. That would definitely make it a lot more positive than negative in terms of the moving averages. So that's really, really, really cool for the daily. So basically, 50,000 is the next level we want to watch. And I think we need to close at least a few dailies, not just one, but a couple of daily averages, and maybe even a weekly candle above 50,000. If we can actually do that, I think we're in good company. If we can close an entire weekly candle 50,000. If we can close like 2 or 3 days in a row above 50,000, I think that would definitely signal a reversal in the trend to a more positive trend. On the weekly, still pretty much the same. All the oscillators are pretty much neutral. Exponential moving average on the 10 and 20 are definitely negative, so is the simple moving average, and the exponential is lower than the simples. So indicating on the weekly we're still bearish momentum. It's not until we get to the 50 that we get bullish, but I think if we actually go up, like on the weekly, we need to go above like 52 realistically to get me really bullish on the weekly. But if we can close a weekly above 52 or several dailies above 50, that's definitely a positive trend. So those are numbers we want to look at. I think that'll become more likely maybe a week from now because right now the volumes are very, very, very low. I would say the volumes are extremely low right now because everyone's away for New Year's Day and vacation. I think they'll be away for more or less for about maybe the next week or so. So after people start coming back, after institutions in their year-end shuffling, after they start buying crypto again and accumulating crypto again, I think there's a lot more hope for that. But right now, we would need about 52,000 to kind of like break the weekly downtrend, where we only need 50,000 to break the daily downtrend. Now, if we break the daily downtrend and have a couple of days above 50,000, where we end above 50,000, I think people will gain some more confidence and push us back upwards towards 52,000. Now, the next high level is like, if you look at the 10-week simple average, at 55,000, that's like probably like the last barrier we need to break. If we break 55, everything will be positive, and we'll definitely be going back towards 60 or 70,000. But that's still a long ways off. Definitely could happen in January though. That's actually like my goal that's actually should be the goal for January, in the month or like in several weeks above 55,000 towards the end of January. Hopefully that happens, and then I'll be a lot more bullish. On the monthly, it's all still buy, but I only really look at the 10 average on the monthly. So like longer term, it's all buy because like obviously if you go back a year or two, we're still much higher than where we were then. But we're actually pretty close to the simple moving average for the 10. So we definitely don't want to go back down to 46 or 45,000. Moving up past 50 would definitely make it a strong buy for the month. Right now, it's still a pretty strong buy, but it would be a much, much stronger buy if we move past 50,000. So levels to look for are like 50,000 on the daily, close 2 or 3 times above that. Maybe 52,000 on the weekly. Monthly, we just need to hold above 50 and hopefully move towards 55. So those are the levels I'm looking at right now. I think we will be able to achieve most of them in January. May take a little longer for people to really get back into the market, but I do look at 2022 based on the monthly as positive. So that is the news for today. Let me know what you think. Like and subscribe and hit that bell notifications button. Thank you and have a nice day.